Hello all, welcome to Endpoint Central. CIS benchmarks provide a widely recognized security baseline for Windows endpoints, but real-world environments are not always one-size-fits-all. A default CIS benchmark may be a strong starting point, but every organization may have different security requirements. Some teams may want stricter password rules, additional registry checks, different audit requirements, specific service configurations, or changes to existing CIS checks to match their internal Windows security baseline. This is why compliance customization becomes important. With compliance customization in Endpoint Central, admins can create custom compliance policies, add custom rules, configure checks, import existing CIS rules, organize rules into subgroups, and publish the final policy for compliance audits. In this video, we'll see how to customize a compliance policy for Windows endpoints. To get started, go to Threats and Patches. Under Threats, go to Compliance, and then open Policy Templates. Here, click Create Custom Policy. Now, select the operating system for which you want to customize the policy. Since we are creating a policy for Windows endpoints, select Windows. Once Windows is selected, Endpoint Central gives you two ways to create the policy. The first option is Create from Scratch. This option lets you create a custom policy from the beginning. You can define your own rule groups, add custom rules, and also import rules from existing policies if needed. The second option is Create from Existing Policy. This option lets you start with an existing benchmark or policy, customize the imported rules, and add new rules from scratch in addition to the imported rules. For this walkthrough, let's create a policy from scratch. Click Create Custom Rules. Here, select the required OS or software identifier. This is an important step because the selected identifier determines where the rule can be accurately evaluated. Make sure this identifier matches the Windows endpoints where the policy will be applied. If the OS or software identifier does not match, the audit can still run, but the rule may be marked as not applicable. Next, enter a rule group name. Make sure the name clearly reflects the purpose of the policy or rule group. For example, instead of using a generic name like Windows Security Baseline, you can use a more meaningful name such as Password Policy for Group A. This makes it easier for admins to identify why the policy was created and where it should be used. Then add a short summary. For example, custom Windows compliance rules for password, registry, audit, and account security requirements. Click Save. Now open the custom policy to view the policy breakdown. The policy breakdown view is where you manage the structure of your custom compliance policy. From here, you can create subgroups, import rules, add new rules, edit rules, move rules, or delete rules based on your requirement. To add a new rule, click Action and then select Add Rule. For this example, let's create a rule for password policy. Enter the rule name as Ensure Minimum Password Length is configured. Now, expand Show Additional Information. This section lets you add more context to the rule. In the Summary tab, you can describe what the rule checks. For example, mention that this rule checks whether the Windows minimum password length matches the organization's security baseline. In the Rationale tab, explain why this rule matters. For example, mention that shorter passwords are easier to guess or brute force, and enforcing a minimum password length helps improve account security. In the How to Fix tab, add remediation steps. For example, mention that admins can configure the approved minimum password length using Active Directory Group Policy and apply it to the respective organizational unit, or OU. Now, move to the check configuration. Here, select the Rule category. Rule categories define the type of Windows setting that the compliance check should evaluate. Endpoint Central supports a wide range of Windows compliance rules and checks. For this video, we'll call out 10 important categories that admins commonly customize. These include User Registry Policy, User SID Validation, Password Policy, Registry Policy, Account Lockout Policy, Trustee SID Validation, Advanced Audit Policy Configuration, User Rights Assignment, File Folder Check, and System Services. Endpoint Central also supports additional Windows rule categories such as file version check, which can be used to validate whether a specific file version matches the expected version required by your compliance baseline. For this walkthrough, select Password Policy. Under Password Policy Settings, select Minimum Password Length. Now choose the operation as greater than or equal. Then enter the expected value. For example, enter 14. This means the endpoint will be marked compliant only if the configured minimum password length is 14 or higher. If needed, you can add another check under the same rule. For example, click Add New Check, select Password must meet complexity requirements, set the operation to equals, and set the expected value to true. Now, this single rule checks both password length and password complexity. When multiple checks are added, use the criteria pattern to define how the checks should be evaluated. For example, if both checks must pass, configure the criteria pattern accordingly. Endpoint Central supports up to 50 checks under a single rule. Once the checks and criteria pattern are configured, click Save Rule. Your custom Windows compliance rule is now created. Now let's take another example using system services. System services can be used when admins want to validate whether a Windows service is configured with the expected service status or startup type. To create this check, add another rule and select System Services as the rule category. Enter the service name that needs to be validated. Here, make sure you enter the actual Windows service name and not just the display name shown in the services console. Next, select the operation used to match the service name. For example, you can use case-insensitive equals to match the service name regardless of letter casing. Now select the service property you want to validate. You can select status if you want to check the current runtime state of the service. For status, the expected value can be running, stopped, start pending, stop pending, or paused. For example, if a critical security service must always be active, select status and set the expected value as running. You can also select Start Type if you want to check how the service is configured to start. For Start Type, the expected value can be Auto, Manual, or Disabled. For example, if a required service should start automatically during system boot, select Start Type and set the expected value as Auto. This helps admins validate whether important Windows services are running and configured correctly during compliance audits. Now, let's look at another important part of compliance customization: importing existing rules. Admins may not always want to build every rule from scratch. In many cases, they may want to start with existing CIS rules and customize them. To import rules, go back to the Policy Breakdown view, click Action, and then select Import Rule. Administrators have the flexibility to import an entire group of rules, select multiple rules from multiple groups, or choose individual rules from different groups based on their specific requirements. Once imported, the rules will appear in the Policy Breakdown view. You can then edit the imported rules and customize the available rule category fields. If an imported rule belongs to a different OS or software identifier, Endpoint Central displays a warning message to notify admins about the mismatch. This helps admins avoid applying rules to endpoints where they may not be evaluated correctly. As your custom policy grows, you can organize rules using subgroups. From the Action menu, click Create Subgroup. For example, you can create subgroups for password and account security, registry hardening, audit policy configuration, file and folder checks, and system services. Once all the required rules and checks are configured, you can save the policy. Click Save as Draft if you want to continue editing the policy later. Click Save and Publish when the policy is ready to be used for compliance audits. After publishing, the custom policy will appear in the Policy Templates section. If a custom policy is no longer required, it can be moved to the bin from the Policy Templates section. Admins can view deleted policies from the bin and restore them within 30 days if required. Policies that remain in the bin are automatically deleted after 30 days. And that's how compliance customization works for Windows endpoints in Endpoint Central. Thanks for watching.